What up guys, this is DL Stewart. Today I'm doing another CAD video. Today we are going to be doing some paperspace work. I'm creating title blocks and viewports and stuff like that. And we are basically kind of wrapping this up. Right now I have everything completely designed. I have all the floor plans done, the electrical, the plumbing, the detail sections, the elevations, the schedule, all of that stuff. So now I'm just going to be adding this title block into each of those drawings and creating paperspace layouts and stuff. And on here you can tell this is layout 1 and layout 2. I don't really know why there's two of them. Actually I do. I used this title block back in college. So one I created back then. I just exchanged the fake company logo that I did use back then with my actual company logo now. I've kind of updated some of the stuff, cleaned it up a little bit. But this is the title block I had back then. The two layouts, layout 1 was actually for D size paper, which was this title block D landscape. They had a D size paper, which I'm not exactly 100% sure what size paper that is, but that's the one that I have it printed off on the big actual blueprint paper. And that's what that was for when we was printing those off. Layout 2 is we would also print off copies off of the computer, with a regular, 8.5 by 11 piece paper, and that's what that one is. So that's why those look different, set up a little bit different, but all use the same title block. But that's what that is. I'm going to basically kind of do the same thing, but I'm not going to have two layouts like that because I'm not printing it off. And I'm not 100% sure what the people, what size printer they would use. I think a lot of times they use I think I heard somebody say that now it's like an A4 or an A3 sheet. It's kind of standard now. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really deal with that. I just know D was the size we used as college. But I'm going to just kind of do all of it. D size, if they want to change it, they can change it to fit their layout. And then I'm just going to do everything as a PDF for my copies and my client's copies. So it doesn't really matter what size I do for paper. But what does matter is this title block. I can't talk today. This title block and actually creating all these workspaces. I might refer to it as paperspace from time to time. The same thing. Used to whenever I did CAD back in college and stuff. There was a model space down here in the corner where it says model, and then there was a paper space. Now they changed it to work. It's the same thing. And basically what it is what you've seen on those layouts. It's paper. How it's going to look once you print it off. That's why it's a white background. So you can see how the colors fits. The ones I used to use was all black and white, grayscale and this and that. And you made different lines, different thicknesses, so they popped out more. A darker line versus a lighter colored gray and stuff like that. But you would have your title block around here and a viewport where you're seeing this. So that's what we're going to do today, is working the workspace. I think I'm going to start with my detail sections and just kind of work my way through. And then once I get done with all of that, then I will go in and change the labels for this, since I will know what sheet they are. I will be doing multiple sheets per thing. I'm not going to have all of these layers on because you can tell that kind of gets pretty crowded and very confusing. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do one with the dimensions, maybe one with outside dimensions, one with inside dimensions. One will be the electrical. I might do actual light fixtures on one and outlets and stuff on the other. So that's right there would be possibly 4, as well as just a blank floor plan by itself, as well as the plumbing. So there'd be multiples, and since this house is so big, I might do them each for the main house, and then the mini house is separate. I don't know. I'll see how that goes once I get into it, but that is a possibility, and that's more likely what will happen. Do one as overall, and then kind of break it down to maybe 3 pages. Put both the mini houses on one, maybe the theater, garage, hall area on another, and the main house and the pool room on another. I don't know. We will see. I believe that is all I'm going to do today. I got the title page. I'm done with just kind of picture of the main house, the driveway, and how they kind of want the fences. Client detail, total square footage, which I don't know yet. I'll do that. I want to put today's date. I'll probably update that once I finally finish. Put scale 1/16 to equals a foot, which is what this image itself is scaled at. TP just means title page. Revisions, just a first draft. Typically, if you have to go back and make revisions for whatever reason, you'll put revision 1, and you'll put underneath it why or what exactly you changed. Since it's just the original, I'll just put first draft. Some people put original, some people put whatever, as well as the person who drew its name and company information and stuff. Also got the main house, same stuff. 3/16 equals a foot. A1, which for this is TP title page. When you start getting to the letters and numbers, the letter stands for a certain type of print, and the number is what page in that series. A means architectural. These are architectural drawings, stuff like that. So blueprints, basically. And 1. Whenever I get to the electrical plans, it'll be an E, and then whatever number. And then same thing with plumbing, it'll be a P. If you have mechanical, which I was going to do, and then I decided not to because I didn't feel comfortable doing it, it'd be an M, and a number, so on and so forth. If you do structural engineering, it might be an S or whatever. I'm not a structural engineer, I've never done that, so I'm not doing those plans, but that's basically what that letter and number is. It's the type of design it is, or kind of blueprints it is, or whatever, and then the page number of those. So this is the first page of the architectural design ones. It's the main floor, which is drawing A. I just did basic labeling some of the rooms and square footage of the more important ones, the halls, stairs, closets, the pantry I didn't do. Everything else I did is square footage. And I kind of notated that this is where the mini houses go. So I tried to put all of them on one page. It'd been really small, and you want it to be legible. So that's that. For the mini houses, over here, drawing B, drawing C, mini house 1, mini house 2. Continues to main house. That kind of shows you that's about where that's going to be cut off, roughly. It continues to mini house 2, right there, which is right there. So you kind of know where those are laid out in a sense. And then again, I did the same thing. I just kind of labeled the room, name, square footage of some of the more important ones. Both of these are drawn 1/4 inch equals a foot scale. Some people like trying to get all of their pages the same scale. Me, I'd rather it just be legible, so if I can make it bigger or smaller, depending what it is, I'm going to. I want everything on the same page, basically be the same scale, so both of these are 1/4 equals a foot. I could have made this one bigger, but I decided not to. But yeah, that's that. On here I did the elevations, since this one has some elevations to it. The kitchen, storage, and pantry areas, ground floor level with the rest of the house. You go up these couple steps, then it's elevated. So this kind of shows them that all of this is going to be elevated. It's about 3 feet 3 inches above the slab, or the regular ground slab. It's going to have its own, but yeah. So they know it's elevated. And then the regular flooring for the rest of the house is just 1.5 inches, which is the height of the floor, basically from the slab. So if you go to detail sections, you can see the top of the subfloor for that mini house. It's 3 foot 3 inches. And then if you go look on the other side where the actual slab is, which would be 0, which is ground level, even though the ground would be a little bit below it, so we have maybe an inch or so above it. So I put the top of the slab is 0, top of the subfloor, which is the floor for the rest of the house, is 1.5 inches. So the whole house is 1.5 inches for the floor, except for this, where it's 3 3/3. So that's kind of what that's telling them. It's not really necessary to let them know what every room's elevation is, if it's all going to be the same. But since that does have that, and typically when you have stairs, you stop, and that's a different floor. But since it's only just, not even a full floor up, it's just a few steps, I figured I would go ahead and just draw it all together and then mark it so that they know. But like I said, that's all I'm going to do today. The next video, I'll go through and I'll start on the 2nd floor and 3rd floor. I'm basically kind of doing the same thing. Be kind of like this, probably just, one image. And that would be drawing D and C, or D and E. And then the basement, which would be F. And yeah.